fellow nerds out there. This is Aftertaste. We take whatever we watch in, chew it up, and spit it back at you, and describe what we taste. I am the Thing.
Rogue.
Dragon.
Carrot Top.
You're disgusted too, aren't you?
Not disgusting.
That's how it's supposed to be with Aftertaste.
I don't care.
Alright, so today we're going to do an aftertaste on something a little bit different than what we usually do, because it's usually an aftertaste on a movie.
Or something new.
Yeah. Today we're doing an aftertaste on the recent episode of The Arrow.
Which it was new.
Which is technically new.
Yeah, because it had John Constantine in it.
Yeah.
Now the reason why we're talking about it is because we watched John Constantine earlier this year.
We watched Constantine.
We got into it and they canceled it.
Yep.
And so now, like, for some reason, well, actually, there's a good reason because of what happened in the episode.
Right.
Spoilers, by the way, but oh my gosh, it was just so cool how it all was going down.
Right?
It was really good.
It was the perfect moment to pull in that character.
It all really blended well together, consider with the episode's storyline. I mean, in the flashbacks. That's when we first see Constantine, and at the very end, he says, "Thank you for this. I owe you a favor." And earlier in the season, he's like, "You remember that favor you owe me?" And it all blended really well.
It kind of sounds like they're going to have him come back. With
Yeah,
it does sound
just like how they have Barry come back as well.
Well, yeah, and especially with what happened on the island, with what Constantine said about the people that Oliver was spying on.
Yeah.
It almost wonders. Yeah, it definitely puts in that he'll come back.
I have something that you guys probably haven't thought about yet with that episode, but they were on the island. They didn't get numbers or anything, but the Arrow had him on speed dial.
Yeah.
So, do you think that there was a couple favors in between?
I bet.
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet there was.
Yeah, because I don't know, it might show maybe.
Or he did mention that his card was at the base camp.
Yeah, there was that card.
His business card was still at base camp, so he could have gotten it there too. So.
Yeah.
But it could
Now,
go both ways.
Here's the thing that I like to think about. It's kind of random, but in theory, basically, you go to a flashback of when he was on the island. Technically, Constantine has always been involved with Arrow since that time. We just didn't know it.
Yeah.
In the theory line of the show.
Yeah.
I think that's cool to think about. So,
Yeah.
all right. So, also, what I wanted to talk about that I thought was just awesome. Because I actually saw something online about it, and then I paused it for you guys when he had the peacock feather.
Yes!
And in his back. That part was awesome because he was basically saying, he's removing the knife from the back that NBC
flip off to him.
Yeah.
I love how Felicity didn't know what he wanted it for. She's like, I don't know what you're going to use this for.
And she's like, I think I've got everything in here, but I'm not sure what you want a dead peacock feather for. I love how she says dead peacock feather. He's like, I've been trying to get rid of that for a while now.
Dead peacock feather. That means that NBC is dead to him.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I love it.
It was just like that one little moment was such a flip off to NBC.
A subtle flip off.
Very subtle.
And it fits with Constantine's personality really well.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So it was beautifully subtle.
We also gotta quickly talk about why Constantine was in this episode. It was because Sarah was brought back to life from Ra's al Ghul's
Lazarus.
From the Lazarus pit.
But her soul wasn't there.
That's because they mentioned that earlier. There's a residue of all the souls that have used the Lazarus pit, and when you see Sarah in the Lazarus pit, there's all those brown hands holding her in there.
There's all of the remnants of the souls.
Yeah, and I thought that was a very nice, consistent element in that part of the episode.
Nice little touch.
And all right, so who going? Got something you want to say?
Well,
quick?
I don't know if this is what you're going to say, but what's your favorite part of the season?
Yeah, so that's
okay. Yeah.
What's the favorite part? What's the best part of the episode?
Well, I already have it. When Constantine was getting the scepter from the part on the island, he knocks it off the jewel because Oliver's like, what am I going to take back to whatever his name is? And he's like, and Constantine's like, oh right, bam. Here, give him this. People like him are always looking for the sparkly bits.
Yeah, sparkly.
It's like, the sparkly bits, they're not important whatsoever.
But here you go. Now he thinks you got what you really came for.
And then the transfer of the tattoo.
Yeah.
We're
That was
just
pretty
waiting for what that tattoo's going to be used for.
Because we've seen it from the very beginning. He has those, like, whatever the term is for the picture. He has that writing on his this little part of his chest, on his stomach.
Which explains why it's there. Yeah. What's your favorite
and
part?
so,
are we just skipping her?
You already said a favorite part. If that's my favorite part, what's your favorite part?
well, she didn't mention her favorite part.
It's going off of him.
Yeah, she's going off of him. I'm positive I'm paying attention. I have to stop questioning myself because that would be the second time today.
And we're not mentioning the peacock feather because we already discussed
Yeah,
that.
that's true.
That's everybody's
It's a good part, but still.
It's everybody's favorite part. I don't know. Go.
Okay, so when they actually went to get Sarah Soul was my favorite part because like you had Oliver and Laurel. Yeah, it's Laurel, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. And they're sitting there and they're talking about like, oh, you don't see me as an equal, yada yada yada. And he goes, okay, you gotta trust me. We'll go together. And it kind of showed like their relationship and how he wants her to feel like an equal, and then like how they got Sarah's soul back.
Yeah.
They had they had to get it together.
Yeah, that moment was like
That was a
this
good
part.
one. That is a good part. Yeah.
Unfortunately, that was my favorite part too.
Bam.
Basically, they just got put into there, and no, wait, I'm sorry. My favorite part wasn't just the fact that they went into there; it was the part when Constantine had to fight
The
off.
sword.
That's
The
what-
sword!
yeah.
The sword!
He was actually fighting, and yeah, that was my favorite.
That was a
part.
good part because you see Constantine as the action hero that he is.
Yeah, he's like, you guys go get her soul. I'm gonna fight this guy. And we thought he was gonna use magic, but then he picks up the sword and he's
And he does use magic,
He
but
does
he
eventually,
uses the
yeah.
sword because the magic that he uses is incantations, and it's very time consuming.
Yeah.
So he used the sword as a
Distraction.
Like a distraction, yeah.
In a defense
In a defense, yeah.
for sure.
But yeah, I love the part where they get to the area and on the island and he picks up a couple things and does the thing and he's like, what, have you never seen magic before? And he just goes.
Yeah.
And what was it? On your way out, Alice, down the rabbit hole. Anyways, but yeah, that's the other thing. This is when we first see Oliver actually come into contact with magic in the flashback. The
And-
first episode, we know that he knows about magic, but now we know why he knows about magic.
It all has to deal with the island. And we will find out why.
And like the island.
That island.
That island, but it's
Well,
Full of
it makes
interesting
sense.
Stuff.
Constantine
Right?
mentioned why everything is happening on that island because it's a nexus and it attracts bad people. And it's definitely like a crucible. It's definitely forged Oliver into becoming the Arrow, becoming the hero that he's eventually going to become.
Yep. That and just Constantine's awesome.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
But, so Constantine might be going on season 2?
Might be. They're looking into it. They're trying to push and put it on CW.
Which, and if CW picks it up, of course it'll be amazing.
CW does
And
it
then
really
you might
good with a
see
lot of.
Flash and Arrow.
Exactly, then they would do the crossovers where Flash and Arrow come in, and then he'll be, which would be great.
Which is kind of weird. Does that mean that Constantine is in the DC universe?
Yeah, Constantine is part of the DC universe,
Constantine is DC.
and every now and then he does make an appearance with the Justice League.
Okay. All right.
He is a hero. He's just more of an anti-hero than the other heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Now, we did not talk about this at all last night or today so far, but I saw this online. Do you guys remember at the beginning of this season, at the end of the first episode, where Oliver was sitting, Oliver Queen was sitting in front of a tombstone?
Right.
Right.
Oh, that part!
We were trying to guess whose it was.
Yeah.
And you guys want to guess of who it might be?
Well, we always thought that it was Felicity because he knows Felicity.
Felicity.
Because Barry knows Felicity.
And
So it
it's
could be-
Felicity.
And
Who
Barry
else?
knows Felicity. That's
Who
what.
else do you think it could be besides?
Well, it has to be somebody that that's in
It
both.
could be Laurel, because they do know Laurel. We know it's not Sarah.
Because she becomes the White Canary.
Because we have the White Canary.
And I think we also thought it was Thea.
It is a possibility that it is Thea.
Yeah.
But have we ever considered that it might be someone in the Flash?
Online, there's a theory saying that it could be Laurel's dad,
That's what I was thinking.
Detective Lance.
Because that would definitely be a big, not like season. It would definitely be something big because he's a big character in the show, but he's also not one of the heroes, which generally don't die.
And him accidentally digging himself in too deep
Because
with
he's working
Damien
for Damien Dark.
With
Yeah, that's what I was
Damien
saying.
Dark.
It could be him.
I've actually had that suspicion
Then why would the Flash be a hero?
because he's worked with Detective Lance.
That's true.
Especially
In
what
that
was
first
Consulted.
episode with the Flash.
Yeah, he did consult with.
Him for a couple episodes when he came.
Yeah, exactly.
like when they found out about Eobard Thawne, how he took over Wells' life.
Yep.
That one in particular is what comes to mind.
So, definitely going to be an interesting rest of the season.
Oh yeah.
It is.
We're gonna see what happens.
yeah.
Especially with Damien Dark.
The thing about Damien Dark is that he is powerful because he has magic, and magic is a very jack of all trades type of weapon. But the thing about Damien Dark is that we see his power source, that statue where he cuts his wrist and bleeds into that bowl. That's his power source. If they destroy that,
The blood.
that's it.
Yeah.
So they just need to figure out about that and then destroy it, and Damien Dark is no more of a threat.
That's what I was thinking of as well. With
Slightly
Damien
less of a
Dark
Less-
going and using that thing for his
his abilities.
that would be a good excuse to bring Constantine back in to deal with him.
Well,
Yeah.
especially when Constantine left and Oliver mentions Damien Dark, he's just like, yeah, that's what we just did. It will look like a gnat.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, you might want to leave too.
It's like, yeah, don't mess with this guy. Which definitely says that he's going to come back.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, Damien Dark. This is a very intriguing series.
Oh yeah.
I mean season. Not series because the series is good. Yeah, but I mean this season in particular is very intriguing.
Yeah.
Yeah. CW alone, they're doing some really good stuff.
Yeah.
They're producing some really good stuff. I mean, not just that. We've got Flash, of course, and Supernatural, and a bunch of other things too.
Supernatural, just say.
Supernatural.
I need to get back. I need to start watching it again.
You need to catch up.
I'm current, just saying.
I'm current.
It's worth
It's
it.
glorious.
I think
The
that's-
musical.
No, they actually have a musical episode.
Yes!
Oh
This is
and
why
it's so funny.
you just sit there laughing, bitch.
That should be something we do later today.
We should.
Okay. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of Aftertaste. Leave a
Yep.
comment or subscribe. Troll and Luke
Maya.
Troll, I back. And
Somebody will troll you back.
Someone, if you troll, if
I'll just eat the popcorn and watch. Alright.
I'll make the popcorn.
Thanks for watching I Am the Thing.
Rogue.
Dragon.
they're a top.
See you guys.
Bye.